Hey guys, Historian here, back with another video. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be showing you how to fit inside a German Stahlhelm helmet. Doesn't matter what model it is, M35, M40, or an M42, that is bigger than your head. Now, a lot of us, when we get these helmets, we don't get the option to choose our size. For example, mine is a reproduction that I did not get to choose the size of. It's marked ET68 right here under the liner. And it's stamped with a 1575 down here. The buyer I bought this from is a friend. He didn't know where the helmet came from, so I can't mark the company here. But I've been using makeshift German liner screws to hold in the liner. Now this is a marked ET68, so this is going to be a German size large. How it works is small would be 54 to 55 centimeters, medium would be 56 to 57, maybe 58 I think, and this is a size large I believe, so this should be size 59 to probably 60, 61, and so on for German helmets. But it's really cool. It's factory painted to be some kind of bicolor Normandy camo, which fits my impression for 12th SS Hitlerjugend or Hitler Youth Division. But the problem is I'm a size medium, so that would be liner size 55 to 56 to 57, my bad. And this is a size large, so it should be in the 60s centimeters. And this is where we're going to have to get into the historically inaccurate part. In World War I, if your M16 helmet, which was the main German late war helmet during that time, it would be possible for soldiers to make makeshift padded liners and everything using what they had in the field, so that would be accurate to stuff it like we did in this video and what I'm going to tell you today. But excuse the sound, the dog in my neighbor's house is usually really noisy, so excuse them in the background. But like in World War I, or unlike in World War I, this is not accurate because the method I used is it's just not heard of during World War II, but it is almost unnoticeable, as you can see in the camera here. So what I did was, we're gonna have to untie this liner here. So yeah, you want to start off with untying the liner. Just untie the string inside your helmet liner and pull the string out, and you're going to want to unfold the entire liner. So as you can see, there is a blue, light bluish towel inside. I'm not going to take it out because it's a painful process to take it in and out. But you can see right here I'll leave it in the sunlight so you guys can see a little better. This part of the liner is on the interior, and it's actually folded on top of the towel. So what I did was, I would take the towel, put it at a vertical angle where the longest part is longest from the length up and down instead of horizontal where it's left to right. Fold it into two, and then fold it again from the top down. So you're gonna hold it like this. I wish I had an actual towel. You can hold it like this. It's gonna be longest top down. You're gonna fold it sideways, so it's going to be half the size it was before, and then you're going to take the top and the bottom and you're going to fold it like that. Then it should just be this long strip. In America we call that folding technique the hamburger, and we're going to stuff it in along the side like so. So this is going to act as the padding, and it's going to fold around the mold of your head without much effort. Now you can do this with any towel. I recommend it's not too thick because you will be sweating in this helmet, I'm assuming, if you're using this for reenactment or for film or whatever. So not too thick, so that your head will be breathable and in a well-conditioned place, and not too thin as to where the towel can't actually wrap around your head and keep the helmet sturdy on your head while you're jumping, running, moving around, or whatever. So we're going to put this in here along the side of the helmet liner, and along the inside, like I said, right here where the flap goes over. Inside every helmet liner there's going to be a flap. that keeps the interior of the leather separate from the metal sheeting that goes around. You're going to want to stuff it all around the edges in here, maybe make a little space like I did for your head to reach the top of the helmet, so it's going to bounce up and down while you're running, which makes it a bit more realistic. And then after that, simply just fold your helmet back in place. What I did was I took my fist and I punched it like so all around the helmet, so that the towel can really absorb the place where your forehead and the back of your head and also the sides of your head is going to be colliding with the liner, which makes an impact on the helmet. Before doing so, you might want to make sure that these screws are sturdy. Mine are a little bit pushy, but you know, not every screw is accurate enough to hold the liner in place of every helmet, like so. But as long as they're, you know, just wobbly in place, you should be doing a good job of holding the liner in with those screws, which is how, you know, you could always get better ones. Original ones are recommended. The ones from Epic Military are good as well. These are from a company that makes liners, my good friend Oleg in Ukraine. His eBay is Peanut Oleg, which is where I bought this from. I bought a size 64 liner to see if it could fit in here before I came to this desperate solution. I'll put his eBay down in the description if you want to check him out, like I did. But his liners are top of the line, and it does come with free screws, so that's where I use these, and I do need to paint them. So, after doing so, and patting your helmet like this with a fist, you're going to want to tie your helmet back. Tying the helmet liner is fairly easy. Basically, you start at the one in the furthest rear, equivalent to the screw, so this will be this flap. As you can see, the screw is right on the other side right here, and this is the one that is parallel to it, almost. And you're always going to want to start from the bottom. Now, it doesn't matter what way the string is facing. Recommended it would be this smooth leather facing side rather than the thick-ish rough leather side. And you're always going to want to start from the bottom. Now, it doesn't matter where you go from here, and it doesn't matter what way the string goes, because, you know, it's a string. It doesn't really matter if it turns upside down or whatnot. And you're going to want to slide it under the next flap until you reach all the way to the front parallel equivalent, just like the rear, which is right here where your forehead would be. And there's no screw to mark it, but you're going to have to find out on your own, and if you trace it from the front of the helmet, it should be fine. So I'm going to keep going on the left side because I find it easier, and you're just going to want to pull through with the string like I'm doing right now as you are tracing the interior of the helmet liner. And you're always going to go from the bottom, so it comes out from the top of the next flap. Make sure you're going in order, by the way, and you're going to want to come through on the bottom, like so. And you're going to want to pull through, so that, but not hard enough. You're going to want to pull through so that the flaps are going to make room for other flaps, and the string goes all the way through, so you don't have slack. But you also don't want to pull through hard enough to where the other side of that string is going to go all the way to your side, and then it's going to disconnect itself from the other loops. So it's just a sturdy motion, and don't lose both sides of the string like I just did, trying to find each other. This is going to be, okay, never mind, I'll take that back out. I've already reached the front equivalent here. So this is going to be the last flap on the right side. Pull through. When you get to the last one, you're going to have two ends of strings. One of them should be already inside, like I just did. You're going to want to pull the other side through as well. This is where both of the strings are going to connect. And then at this point, just pull through so that there is no slack, and the liner perfectly molds your heading. And then you just make a knot. So how I tie it is like this, just like how you would tie your shoe. I do the bunny ears trick, and then loop it under, pull. So there you go. liner's knocked in place, I want to get rid of as much space in the liner from the towel as possible, because the towel is going to be bumpy. It's not going to be completely smooth. However, it will keep your head in check because of its texture. So, there you go. Now that the liner's like this, I use a chin strap as well, so that I can keep my head, which is especially a bit small, in check. So this is going to hold my chin down, as what a chin strap should do. And I'm going to also have this towel, which keeps my head padded and stable while I run and do other things in German reenactment, as you would do. Now, it is recommended that you use the chin strap and adjust it to the appropriate size, like I did right here, with the towel inside. If you used it before without the towel inside, you put the towel inside and you want to use it that way, you might want to readjust it just so it fits your head better. It is very well recommended even if your head is large, because the helmet, if you're following this trick, the helmet's probably bigger. So, like I said, chin strap is recommended, and that's all there is to it. You just stuff a towel in. I guess all other alternatives would be paper towels, you know, something that doesn't tear easy, but also absorbs sweat at the same time, because that's important to this helmet and the kind of trick, especially for the activities you're going to be doing. And the good thing is, the towel is hard to see, depending on what color you use. I mean, I use light blue, still hard to see, unless you really, dig around inside the helmet. But this is, no one's going to see it if that's what you're capable of not minding. If you are a die-hard, 100% hardcore reenactor, your group doesn't allow it, or you personally don't like the flow of this technique, you can always try something else, or you can just get a good helmet right from the start to begin with. But this is just a desperate kind of solution for the people who don't get to choose the size of their helmet like mine, especially those who plan on using originals for reenactment. You don't get to choose the size because it's already been issued. You just kind of have it. So yeah, a towel works perfectly fine. It fits perfectly. It's not going to look any different. If you think the towel is going to make the helmet go a little bit higher on your head, that is not the case. It will actually fit your head just fine, like the way it was before. It's going to be a little wobbly if you make really sharp reflexes of your neck. For example, if you're looking this way and then you twitch that way, yeah, it's going to be a bit wobbly, but that is completely fine. That's accurate even on helmets that fit your head. It will always be wobbly, just know that, because that's how helmets are. And the German Stahlhelm is no exception. So, other than that, I have done running tests, walking tests, sprinting tests, drill tests, and jumping tests, all of which the helmet stayed completely stable on my head. The only time it would ever wiggle is if I turn my head so hard, my neck pops, and it hurts like hell. So, that's just the helmet itself for you. As you see, even though I shake the helmet, the liner's still going to stay the exact same. Maybe it's going to flop a little bit. All you have to do is just pat it around and put it back on. Another thing to know is that when you put on the helmet, every single time you put on the helmet, you will have to readjust the how the helmet looks on your face. For example, your face should be right here. The place between your eyes should be equivalent to the center of the helmet. Sometimes the helmet, when you put it back on, will be like this. Don't worry about it. Just turn it back. Maybe give it a few pats on the top of your head, and it'll be aligned again. So that is how you make a bigger German helmet fit your head. For what I know, I think this should be fine for a helmet that's one size, maybe two sizes larger. If one towel doesn't work, use two towels. If two towels won't work, use three towels, etc. And yeah, that's just a technique I learned to use for my reenactment group, and it's been going fine so far. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like more content, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, but, check out a few more videos, and hopefully it'll help you guys as well. Alright? This is Historian. Peace out.